Yo, welcome back to KA MMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
I'm Andio.
And we are KA MMA. We are about to talk about our early predictions for UFC 306 Noche. Sean O'Malley versus Mirab Dvalishvili. Let's get into it. The early predictions for the prelims. Let's talk about the card. This looks pretty exciting. The first fight, we got Raul Rosas Jr. versus Iori Kileng. Then we got Edgar Chairez versus Joshua Van. Yasmin Yaragui versus Caitlin Souza. Manuel Torres versus Ignacio Bahamondes. And then the main event of the prelims, Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont. We are going to get right into it. This card looks interesting. I can't wait. First fight, we got Raul Rosas Jr. versus Iori Kileng. Andy, who you got in this one, my man?
Yeah, it's only 10 fights on this card. Not so many for a pay-per-view. I thought they may add one or two more, but I don't think that's going to happen. And that may be because we have movies between fights or something. So for
Yeah,
those of
yeah,
you
it's a
wanting
short
for those
card.
of you wanting a flick at the same time, you came to the right place, I guess. Me, I just want the fights. And in this fight here, I have Raul Rosas. I think he's going to come at this guy with the pressure he always does, get him down, and probably get a sub early on. Like Aori Kilang's been sub 3 times now. He's pretty much a win one, lose one kind of guy, middle of the pack guy in the UFC. I think it's a good progression for Raul Rosas, whose only loss came against Christian Rodriguez, who's like insane against takedowns and has great takedown defense and can really wear a guy out. Rosas Jr., pretty crappy striking, but it's getting better. Everything this guy you'd think is going to be getting better because he's still so young. And yeah, give me Raul Rosas by submission in the first round.
Love it, man. Love it, man. We are in agreement in the first fight of the prelims. Yes, I also got Raul Rosas Jr. Iori Kileng, if you remember that last fight against Daniel Marcos there was that unintentional groin strike there. It ended up being a no contest. And then before that, it was against Johnny Munoz Jr., where he won a unanimous decision. And then he lost to Ayman Zahabi before that he got knocked out actually there in that one. But Raul Rosas Jr. has been looking good, man. 19 years old. We're talking a significant age difference between the two of them. 12
He's
years
pretty much always going to, he's almost always going to have a significant age difference with.
seriously, man, 12 years difference here. He's going to be 2 inches taller, which I really like. A little bit of a reach disadvantage there by 2.3 inches. But yeah, Raul Rosas Jr. has been looking fantastic. Last fight against Ricky Turcios, man, he submitted him. That was an awesome fucking fight. Ricky Turcios, you know how dangerous and how good he is. And then he also knocked out Terrence Mitchell the fight before that. I didn't expect Raul Rosas to get a knockout, but he did knock him out with a ground and pound. And like you said, he lost to Christian Rodriguez the time before that, who's an amazing fighter there. So yeah, Raul Rosas Jr. is the pick. I also have him winning by submission. I think maybe it could go to decision, but I don't think Iori Kileng could last. The relentless takedowns by Raul Rosas Jr. He's actually getting better on the feet as he's getting older. And yeah, man, the takedowns and his ground game is just fantastic. His submissions, his jiu-jitsu is fantastic. He gets you on the ground, he passes guard, and he finds a way to get you in an arm triangle. If you try to give up your back to get up, he'll get you in a rear naked choke. He's got good submission.
That's probably what's going to happen in this one.
So yeah, Iori Kileng could maybe give up his back and get rear naked choke there. So I like also the submission or decision for Raul Rosas. So there we go. Nice one, man. We are in agreement.
The thing with Rosas is they're trying to build him up slow, so they made a mistake by giving him Chris Rodriguez when they did. Like, he should have been coming after Aori Kileng because the other guys basically had no chance to beat him. So I think he really got Rodriguez a little early on here, and Aori Kileng here should have actually happened for Rosas before Rodriguez. So I think it basically runs through Kileng here. Not that I don't like Kileng, but I don't think it's a good matchup for him.
Me neither, man. All right, let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Edgar Chairez versus Joshua Van. I'm going to say this here. I was going back and forth on this one here, man. I definitely do like I like Joshua Van, but I also like Edgar Chavez. I think Edgar Chavez is a fucking killer. The guy comes out there and he goes out there to kill or be killed. If you didn't know, all of his fights that he has won have all been by finish. He has never won a decision ever. So he's got 4 knockouts, 7 submissions. The guy is very good at submissions. Um, Joshua Van got knocked out pretty badly against Charles Johnson in his last fight. But he was looking good prior to that, winning against Zalgis Zumagulov, Kevin Borges, and Felipe Bunes. But Edgar Chavez is a good fighter, man. This guy is he's wild, he's crazy, he's a fucking psycho, man. This guy goes in there and he tries to kill you. Joshua Van is going to have to really fucking pay attention to not getting taken down. He's going to have to watch out for submissions. I know the majority of people are going for Joshua Van, man, but I'm going to go against the majority of people. I'm going to take Edgar Chavez. So I have a personal feeling in here that for some reason, Edgar Chavez is going to spoil the party. He is Mexican. This is Noche. It's mostly a Mexican card.
Noche provided by Saudi Arabia.
And again, he's going to have a 2-inch height advantage. He's also going to have a significant 7-inch reach advantage. Okay, so that's something to consider there. I just don't think Joshua Van, and look, it was just a month and 3 weeks ago where Charles Johnson knocked out with a right uppercut, knocked out Joshua Van. That's a short period of time for him to come back. I think he's coming back prematurely. I think the odds maker knows what they're doing, man. They're like, you know what? Let's put Joshua Van against this guy. Give this guy a good chance to beat him. Coming back off of a knockout, really short notice. I'm sorry, man. I'm going against the grain. I'm going with Edgar Chavez to win by KO or submission. Fuck it. What you got in this one, my man?
More people on Topology have Van?
I think a lot of people have Van, yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take Chavez also here.
Yeah, nice. Me and you going for the dog, baby.
Now, Van has better boxing, and I do like his body shots. These are the things I pay attention to here. Body shots, nice kicks. Van doesn't have the greatest kicks. I think he is better than his experience level. He's only 22 himself. But I do have to count his stupidity factor. And the reason he lost that fight against Charles Johnson was because of, that minute of stupidity, or actually 3 minutes of stupidity in that fight. And this is one of those things where this is going to be one of his stumbling blocks, is to avoid making these mistakes. And I think Chavez is going to hop on a sub at some point in this fight and get the finish. I don't think Chavez is going to win a decision. He doesn't. He loses his decisions, and he is more of a finisher. So I think he will get the job done at some point against Van, due to probably a stupid decision. It's going to be close though, but I am giving the nod to Chavez. So
man. I mean, we're in agreement with this one. Nice. Again, I was really going to lean towards Joshua Van, man, by popular demand, but I said, fuck it, man. I'm going against the grain. Edgar Chavez is still a young guy at 28 years old. Joshua Van's 22. I just don't like the height advantage for Chavez, and the reach advantage is significant. The submission specialist, he's better on the ground than Joshua Van. For all those reasons, man, and it's a Mexican fighter. I got to go with Chavez in this one by finish, even though I like Joshua Van. We'll talk about the betting, what I'm going to do there. But definitely like Chavez, the dog, in this one. All right, so we're in agreement with 2 fights so far in the prelims. Let's move on up to the next fight.
So next we got Yasmin Yarogui against Caitlin Souza. I'm not going to spend too much time on this woman's fight here. I will say that I think Yarogui is way more skilled. She's going to have way more volume. And I think she had that hiccup already when she got knocked out by, I had this on the tip of my tongue, but when she got knocked out by Denise
Gomez, yeah.
Which was in 20 seconds and like really fluky. I don't think that would happen again if they fought. Caitlin Souza, she's tough, I guess, and I think she can last. I just don't think she'll last the whole way. because yeah, Yasmin Rogué is she gets finishes too, and I think she's gonna be pumped up for this. And I think we're looking at a late fight finish here, third round finish. Give me Yasmin Yargüe by knockout.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely in agreement. I got to go with Yasmin Yaragui. Let's not get too excited over Caitlin Souza because she beat the little midget of Marnik Man.
No,
Marnik Man is nothing, nothing great, nothing fantastic at all. And in that fight, she easily got the unanimous decision because Marnik Man's a midget and barely did anything in that fight.
I think she got her down though, or at least put up somewhat of a fight even. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Marnik Man got Caitlyn down. You're right. But she did lose her UFC debut to Karine Silva and got submitted badly by Nibar. Okay, if you guys remember that. So, Caitlin Souza's not bad, but we're overhyping her because of Marnik Man, that win. Uh,
I'm not overhyping her.
I mean, people are, but I'm definitely going for Yasmin Yaragui in this one, man. She beat Sam Hughes by unanimous decision. Sam Hughes is a, what do you call her, the tough old bitch. And then and then she got that fluky, she got knocked out by fluke to Denise Gomez. But prior to that, man, Estela Nunes, she knocked her out, and she won a unanimous decision against Yasmin Lucindo, who's pretty good as well. So definitely liking Yasmin Yaragui to win this one here, man. Um, and she has finishing potential. She's very strong, hits very hard. She's got 7 knockouts out of her 11 wins. A knockout is very possible. I got her winning by knockout or decision in this one. All right, so we're both in agreement with Yasmin Yaragui to get the win. So far, looking good. 3 for 3 in the prelims. All right, let's move on up to the next fight here. We got Manuel Torres versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Another tough fight here, man, to call here who's going to win this one because both of these guys are really good. I'm definitely leaning on the side of Manuel Torres. The guy is a fucking beast, man. Manuel Torres comes in there and he hits hard. He is a beast. He's very, very powerful. Ignacio Bahamondes is good too, but I like the power on Manuel Torres more. If you saw the last fight where he ragdolled Chris Duncan, man, he grabbed him, he slammed him on the ground, got a submission on him. He looked really good in that fight. He knocked out Nicolas Mota as well. Frank Camacho, he knocked him out. Ignacio Bahamondes is also very good too, but the guys that he beat though, Roosevelt Roberts, Rong Zhu, who's absolutely trash. We saw last week, Rong Zhu looking terrible. He beat Trey Ogden and Christos Jagos, who's
Rong Zhu looked great. What are you talking about?
he lost like half of his fights, Christos Jagos. I got to go, and then he lost to Ludovic Klein as well there, who was able to take him down in that fight. So I'm going to go with Manuel Torres to get the win here. I think he's stronger. I think he's better. I think he's got more dog in him, and I think that the Mexicans are going to be on fire in this one, man. He's going to have he's going to be a little bit shorter, but the power is there. So if he gets in close and lands one of those crazy punches, I think he could knock out Bahamondes, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Torres also. He's not just one of those bodybuilder guys, man. The guy's like a killer in there, and he fights to get the finish. I do think the same thing about Bahamondes. They fight kind of the same way, like they both want to get the finish, but as you said, Torres does have more power, and I think that will be the difference here because I think they're both going to go at it. He does have more height and especially more length, Bahamondes, but I think Torres can put up with it. They're both hittable, but I also think Torres can potentially take a shot a little better, and after that, really get his revenge by laying the beat down on Torres, possibly kicking his ass high in the process.
Yeah, man, I agree with you there, man. I definitely think Manuel Torres is the guy who's going to come up on top, and we got him at dog odds too, which is great. So there we go, both in agreement again. With I was surprised you took Manuel Torres, man. I thought you were going to go for Bahamondes, but
No, he's too a little on the I don't know how to explain it, on the flaky side. I don't know. There's something a little off about his killer instinct compared to Torres.
All right, next we got the main event of the prelims here. We got Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont.
All right, the ladies, Irene Aldana against Norma Dumont.
All right,
Here,
now
uh,
is it my turn? Yeah,
no, it's my turn.
yeah, go for it.
So we got yeah, here Irene Aldana is heading into that part of her career where she may turn into an old bitch here. Yeah, so she does have the better boxing as far as skills go. I think Normal Dumont is better overall. Normal Dumont, I see her. I think she should incorporate her grappling. I think she's better on the ground, and I think she's a little tougher than Aldana. Also due to the fact that Aldana took a lot of punishment. With Dumont, to me, it doesn't seem like she ever really gets hurt too much in her fights. Like if you look back at Aldana's fights, that fight against Rosa where she won, it was unanimous but very close. She took damage in that one. Against Noon, she took damage in that one. Even against Macy Chiasson, she was getting beaten up the whole fight until she got that up kick to the liver, right? So
Yeah.
these are all fights that could wear on you. And as far as Dumont, man, I think this is more her time. I know I say this sometimes, but I think she's really hitting her stride here. And I think she'll just be also better in the clinch. So I think she has more ways to win. What about you, Real Deal?
Yeah, man, I was also, thinking about, yeah, I mean, the Mexicans all can't win. You know what I mean? I already went for four Mexicans in these prelims here. One of the Mexicans in the prelims gotta get a loss here, and it's gonna be Irene Aldana. She's 15-7, man. Those losses come from somewhere, like you like to say. You know
Oh,
what I mean? Like almost half of her wins, half of her fights are losses. I mean, 15-7, whereas Norma Dumont is 11-2, better record there. Um, she didn't look good against Amanda Nunes, but that we can forgive her for that. It's Amanda Nunes. But she also lost to Holly Holm by unanimous decision 3 years ago. She beat Yana Santos, who's not been that good lately. She knocked her out. She knocked out Macy Chiasson and Carol Rosa. She beat unanimous decision. I think that Norma Dumont is going to take down Irene Aldana, get her on the ground. Norma Dumont's got better grappling. I feel like she's got better wrestling. And her wins so far have been looking good for Norma Dumont. You know, Danielle Wolf, Carol Rosa, Chelsea Chandler, and Jermaine Randami. And Jermaine Durandamy, yes, I know she's old, but Jermaine Randami is huge. A fucking really tall, big fucking girl, and she was able to fucking beat her with ease. Also, she's going to be 33 years old, a little bit younger than Irene Aldana. And, she's just a good fighter, man. I think Norma Dumont's got a little bit more skills. I feel like Irene Aldana, all she can do is strike, really. And if she doesn't really land anything hard on Norma Dumont, what else does she have? Like, she doesn't grapple, she doesn't wrestle, she doesn't have submissions.
he doesn't kick that much.
She doesn't really kick that much. Let's look at her record. You can see here she's got 8 knockouts, 4 decisions. She has 3 submission wins, but when did she ever sub anybody, man? That's like a super long time ago. You know, she hasn't subbed anybody except for when she was like out of the UFC. You know what I mean? So that was like a super, super long time ago. So yeah, I got Norma Dumont here as well. Yeah, I think she's going to win. Dumont can win this one by decision. I'm going to stick with a decision there. I don't think she finishes Irene, but I just think that the grappling, the wrestling, and she might outstrike her a bit and do more in this fight. So yeah, Norma Dumont by decision. And there you have it, man. Me and Andy O in agreement with all of the fights in the prelims this time. Finally, last week we were not in agreement with a lot of fights, so I'm happy to see that we're in agreement with this one, man.
Nice. All right.
Like and subscribe, folks. We're going to talk about the main card coming up next. Peace out, folks. KA MMA.